America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Romeo Downtown Development Authority for Wednesday, January 9th, 2019 at 7 p.m. Lisa, can we do a roll call?
Seidel?
Yes.
Humphries?
Yes.
Malzahn?
Yes.
Brandt?
Yes.
Chyka?
Here.
Hayes?
Here.
Poznanski? Here. Kraft?
Here.
Parker? We have quorum.
Thank you, Lisa. Next up, public forum. We have nobody in attendance, per usual. All right, can we get an approval on the agenda?
Can I add?
She was.
Can I add benches under the unfinished business?
All right, so
Can we put a time limit on it?
we're gonna add benches.
Might be a public forum.
Oh,
A 10-minute conversation.
you guys just missed public forum. Do you got anything, or are you just in attendance to?
So we can we?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Did you have something?
No, I don't have any.
No? All right.
okay.
Just in attendance.
Sorry.
Nope, you're good. Thanks.
Are you guys looking at us?
All right, so
We're so excited.
Megan wants to add the village benches under unfinished business, and we're gonna actually remove the review of the purchasing policy because that was Bill's item and he's not here. So we'll take that off
Pete, I haven't done anything either, so.
and we'll add benches under unfinished business. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda with those changes?
Make a motion.
Motion by Poznanski,
I'll second.
Second.
Oh,
second
Carol.
by Seidel.
Carol.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion passes. Next, we need an approval of the minutes from the November 7th meeting, since we didn't have a December meeting.
I didn't see anything. I'll make a motion to approve them.
Who made the motion?
Oh, I thought you.
All right,
Can Randy do it?
motion by Seidel to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Carl. Brandt, sorry. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up, we have Carol Humphries with the treasurer's report. Carol?
Yep, there's currently $85,916.55 in the treasury. We've collected $36,620 in revenue this year. And, for approval, I need, to cover payroll, the Christmas lighting, some weeding that was done, a small TIF payment I had to send back to Bruce Township because they overpaid, a bill for Romeo printing, for thank you cards that were sent out for the sponsors for Harvest Days, and then also our Guardian policy for Farm Bureau insurance and the telephone bill. So that's $16,060.53. If you have any questions, I have all the bills right here.
The bill for Dalco, that was within what we budgeted,
Yes,
correct?
yes. That was for,
What time frame was that done in?
it was October's weeding.
That was just one
The
month.
check was written in November, yeah.
When did we start that in September?
No, that was for 2 months, I'm sorry. That was for September and October.
Okay.
That's where the numbers seem high. Is this weekly or is that bi-weekly? 2 weeks?
But it made things look a lot better once they started pulling the weeds and
Yeah,
taking
absolutely.
care of the flower beds and stuff.
And getting it done in the fall will help in the spring.
They did parking lots, everything.
Those for the payroll, is that 2 weeks,
That's,
Lisa,
2
for
months. It's
the
November
2
and
months?
December.
Okay.
So each line item is 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Okay, anybody have any other questions on the bills? No.
Make a motion to pay the bills as presented.
Motion by Poznanski, do we have a second?
I will.
Second by Humphreys. Lisa, will you give us a roll?
Poznanski,
Yes.
Humphries,
Yes.
Malzahn,
Yes.
Grant,
Yes.
Schweikert,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yep.
Seiler,
Yep.
motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carol.
All right. Next up, we have Lisa Hall with the DDA Director's Report. Lisa?
Did all the technical office stuff. We had a couple of plaque subcommittee meetings. I sent the plaque inscription for the clock for the first one. I've been in contact with them regarding the second plaque. And they will be sending out, they've got to get the check from Carol and sending the original contract and the check out hopefully this weekend. Get that done. In November, I did, contacted some florists for Ladies Night Out, and I went with Carol to pick up the flowers for Ladies Night Out. Already contacted some vendors for Harvest Day 2019, so we've got some vendors already signed up and looking at a couple of other ones. There's a company called Detroit Circus that has still walkers and people who do all kinds of interesting things. And then there's the Detroit Ghostbusters, which I thought might be kind of fun. Just before the Christmas greens were installed, I realized the pots hadn't been cleaned out, so I went and cleaned those out and removed some of the dead stuff out of the alleyways that Zach didn't, that Delco didn't get to. So I got some of that done. I helped Nate take down banners before the Christmas parade. And I've been in contact with Burden regarding the clock and just basically, the last 3 weeks, the week before Christmas, week of Christmas, week after Christmas, I wasn't in the
Right.
office, so that's what I've been doing.
Now for like the Christmas green and like the pots and everything, is there any way we can throw that into the bid for like
For them
clean
to
it?
remove it,
For just
if it's
they're
not
taking down
frozen
the
in the
flowers.
pot,
Yeah, that's been the issue in the past, it's
Frozen.
normally,
Frozen in the
it normally
box.
doesn't come out.
Gotcha.
yeah, I was fighting with it,
Yeah,
'cause
it normally
it froze
is,
so early this year.
and then
And I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't thinking about it, and it froze really early, and Lisa called me and said the greens aren't out of the pot, so I went and fought to get them out of the pots, but I got them out.
You got them out.
I got them out.
Where does the farmer's market stand? Are there
I
been
haven't-
talks about it?
I haven't been there to talk,
Situation,
yeah, I haven't been there to talk to Kelly, I've gotta try and get a day. I have Monday the 21st off, so I can probably go in and try and talk to her that day and see where we stand.
Okay.
I just haven't had a chance. She's not in the office on Fridays when I'm there.
Gotcha.
And Debbie really isn't, she
Up
really
on
doesn't
the,
know. Yeah, she's not really up on the
farmer's market aspect.
So I'll go in on Monday the 21st and talk to her and see
Okay,
where she's at and what I need to do and
okay.
go from there.
All right, thanks, Lisa.
Yep.
All right, next up in the packet, we have funding request from the Romeo Foundation for Educational Excellence. This was for the winter banners that went up that everybody saw downtown. I don't know if you guys saw what they did this year with the kids'
they're still
paintings
up,
and
right?
they're still up, yeah.
Okay.
But they were for more Christmas. They had the kids, they were asking for gifts and they kind of fulfilled all those wishes. It's something that, we've done in the past as far as funding goes for the banners. So, Amy asked if we would help out again with that. Did our logo end up going on there? Okay, so the logo's on all the banners. So they're asking for $1,500 for the funding request.
I'll make a motion to, give them the $1,500 that they're requesting. There is room in the budget to cover the banner purchases, so.
Okay. And that's coming out of the, you said it's coming out of the, we have $5,000 allocated?
5,000 in banner replacement.
Okay.
I'll support that.
Okay, we have a motion by Humphries, second by Poznanski. Lisa, can you do a roll call?
Humphries,
Yes?
Kuznanski,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yeah.
Seidel,
Yes.
Malzahn,
Yes.
Grant,
Yes.
motion carries.
Alright. Next up, we have committee reports. Clock Subcommittee report. I don't think, aside from what you touched on, there's been anything new. We're still just waiting for, we've gotta get everybody approved on the plaque as it's laid out, all the people who donated, and we're still planning on a March rollout, getting that set up, so that's where that stands.
Can you enlighten me as to how much we can expect for sponsorship money on the clock?
Sure, yeah.
We collected 7,500 with the check you gave me this.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, 65. Alright, 6,500, or 6,500 from individual donors, and then we have Starkweather, they donated 500, right?
Right.
Romeo Lions Club is 500, so 7,500. About 8,000 from donors, and then Raw Horn donated their services for the footing there, so they're on the plaque as well. So it should be 8,500 in cash donations.
Oh, 85, okay.
Did I say 8 or 85?
You said 8.
It's 85.
7. It's 8. I'm sorry. Yep, 8,000.
So I should expect one more check then.
If that, yeah. Okay. Any other questions on?
What's the overall cost, like 13 or something?
Well, that plus,
14 plus.
yeah, because we've got plaques, the
Okay,
plaques.
We've got another plaque.
Yeah, yeah, what we did was we had all the sponsors on one plaque, and then we're doing a second plaque where it's kind of a, tribute to the original
Original plaque.
family that donated the clock that fell down. So they're giving a little write-up on the second side there. Yeah. Okay, that's it for the committee reports. Next, under unfinished business, village garbage cans. Lisa,
We just have to wait until it gets
Till the
warm
weather
enough for them to
changes.
pick them up, and we can get them all in one place. So we gotta get them all in one place so they can come and pick them up.
So what are we gonna do while they're gone?
They're gonna have to put out Beach Festival garbage cans.
Oh, those are lovely.
Aren't they though?
Then they'll appreciate it when we bring them back.
How long will they be gone for? What do you anticipate, I mean, are they being sandblasted and?
Sandblasted and reprinted.
Repowder coated and then taken somewhere to be decorated, right?
Yeah, high school kids are supposed to,
When's that supposed to happen?
Spring.
spring,
Oh,
March, April.
yeah, those
we
beach
gotta
fest-
have them back before, they've gotta be back in March, cause they've got it for St. Baldrick's.
Yeah,
There's
you
gotta be
can't
something.
have those white,
Yeah.
blue and whatever.
Well, no,
Well, we
they,
can pull them till April then.
yeah, well, I'm saying they'd have to be back from being sandblasted and everything else. We can't have them gone in March.
Well, no, like Carol said, then don't take them until after.
Well, what if they took them in February?
I don't know.
That's what I mean, it would have to be,
Make it
But
easier to
they're
clear snow?
gonna be sandblasted, powder coated, and then taken right over to get painted.
Inside or outside?
no, we can't.
I guess it depends on the high school.
It depends on the high school, I don't know what they're gonna do.
We should touch base with Amy, cause it's been a while since we even talked about the project, and make sure they're still on board with it. And then figure out the logistics of,
They won't come
timing.
and just paint them on site?
Well, that's what I thought they were going to,
That's what I thought
paint
they
them
were
on
doing,
site.
too.
I didn't think we were gonna take,
No, the kids would paint them
yeah,
where
the
they're, where
kids,
they're
yeah, so
parked.
get them powder coated, bring them back and,
Transporting them to work.
yeah, cause those
Just
guys,
like
they're not
have a
gonna take them
weekend when they do
to
it.
the, yeah,
'Cause
come out
we-
into town.
Yeah, cause if we take them from the school, then we gotta get them downtown.
Yeah,
And who's gonna take them, yeah.
yeah.
So I think they have to do it on site if
Well,
it's
I
gonna
guess
work.
again, that's up to the teacher, is does it have to be
You
done
should
on
do it at
class
Village
time, or
Park,
can
and
it
if
be
the paint
volunteer?
gets on the grass, you just mow the grass.
They weigh a couple 100 pounds apiece or something ridiculous, right?
Mhm.
You're not gonna,
I
yeah.
can't move them.
Yeah, so
But I wouldn't wanna put them on the
Yeah.
sidewalk
Rotate them, that's good.
for fear that the paint would get on the sidewalk.
we
Put,
could,
put a tarp down or
yeah,
something.
we can tarp
Something
around it or
underneath
do
there.
something.
Yeah,
You have lots of tarps?
I mean, tarps,
they're
that
cheap.
type tarp you can buy for $3.
Oh.
Cardboard,
Yeah.
You
tarps.
get plastic tablecloths from the dollar store, put it on the bottom, just something to keep it off the.
You want something a little sturdier so it don't rip.
Oh,
We'll figure it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they got them.
Either way, it's gotta be done because
Maybe
those
some
are in rough
painters
shape
would
anyway.
donate some tarps for a weekend.
Yeah.
How many
They might
garbage-
even have those supplies at the school.
Okay,
They
how
might
many
even
garbage-
already have
They
those
might.
for the
Drop-offs
art,
and such.
yeah, so.
I mean,
So we'll touch base with Amy.
they're
I'll
in the- you
talk to
just need
Amy or I'll
a
talk
cardboard
to
swatch,
Okay.
this 3 foot or 4 foot in diameter, so.
Okay. DTE lighting,
They're gonna, again, Catherine has a couple of the numbers that they need, but they just need to get, before anybody can make an informed decision, they need to know what
the
the
numbers,
cost is gonna
Right.
be, what the cost is currently,
yep,
before they can figure it out.
but it is gonna go to the
They have to
village,
go to the, yeah,
we
they'll
need
go
it
to the
not.
village, because
Okay.
that's where, I mean.
So it's out of the
It's gonna be an
DDA's.
expensive, it's gonna be an expensive project, it's,
Right,
you know.
So can we just take this off our whole?
that's what I'm
list of
thinking,
things?
yeah.
Cause we've been
just-
talking about
Yeah,
this for
okay, so
like
that's,
7 years, no, it's way more
It-
than 1 year.
2 or 3.
it'll be
Yeah,
on, it'll
2 or
be,
3.
we'll take it off until it comes back
Since
into
you're here.
our court.
I think
Okay.
it's taken once.
Benches.
Benches, Megan,
I
you're on,
wanted to just touch
you're
on
up.
benches really quick, we've been talking about it, I brought the magazine, they're the exact same benches we have. You can do the single, you can do double, or you can go really big and do a triple. That's 4, 6, and then the big one's 8 feet long, I think we're good with a 4 and a 6. We were kinda saying before that if we did both, if we did 4 and 6, we might be able to reduce the number of benches, and that kinda saves us money because of the price difference of buying multiple singles.
How would that reduce the benches?
They're longer.
I
We
know,
have-
but you still have an area where you put
Yeah,
the
you're
bench.
still-
Right, right. How much are the benches on?
So the prices are 6 foot is about 700, 4 foot is about 550. Now, if we get 10 or more, and only 10, the price doesn't keep going down the more you get. It's just you hit 10 and then that's it. So the 6 foot will go down $50, and the 4 foot goes down about $50. However, shipping is $50.
Per bench
That's
or,
in- Per bench until you hit, she couldn't give me numbers, she wanted, we have to do a formal quote. So per bench until you hit, again, a certain number.
Mhm.
Where are they coming from?
I don't know.
But the last ones were a lot
They're in
more,
the USA.
the last ones were a lot more expensive.
They were, yeah, you're right.
15, I think
Yeah.
1,500 or something.
Well, that's why,
Just pulling
What
it
kind
out.
of material is that?
this is like the composite, it's not real wood, it's like,
That's better, yeah.
there's a 50-year lifetime warranty
Oh,
that
is
says
there?
on it.
Wow,
They're
Look
half
up
the
in the corner, it
price.
says 50.
oh yeah, made
So
in the
these
USA.
ones,
Yeah,
so these
they
ones
were-
would
those
last
were
us a
like
little
my
bit.
last
I mean, that's where
This one's
the
okay.
catalog.
You could
is
probably
issued
send,
from.
if you're getting 20 benches, you could probably be cheaper just to send a truck down there and get in on a run or
So,
something
and
like
then
that.
she also said if we hit $5,000, we'd get, we can talk about special pricing.
Okay,
So I think we would easily be hitting $5,000. However, not necessarily if we go in quadrants, like we don't have to do the whole downtown at one time. If we do sections or half, however we wanna do it. But, I guess I just wanted to ask, figure out, do we wanna keep going forward with this?
Are
Did we figure out how many benches we needed? Cause last time we didn't know.
I thought it was
There's
18?
a list somewhere.
need 3 of the long ones, they're bigger than six, or do you want the 6-foot ones in the park?
I don't know, I mean, that's
Those are-
something we would need to
I don't
decide.
see why we couldn't replace them all. We have $65,000 available to spend downtown.
I agree, I mean, based on what else we have currently going, I mean, I don't see why we couldn't do it all at
Yeah,
once
very
either.
visible.
If there are only
project for
20
sure.
of them and they're $700, that's 14,000. It's nothing.
So do we, and then we talked about carrying the plaques over, would we do that? Carry the old plaques over?
I think it would be a nice gesture
And
to
then
honor some,
Do we wanna do that
History.
again with these and maybe double them, carry the old, see if we can raise some more money with new plaques, new people interested in donating? Just an idea.
yeah, it's,
Do we feel like we have enough
Do we
benches
need it?
downtown?
Do we
Maybe
just
we
wanna
need
do it
more.
ourselves and be done?
well, I think we should form a subcommittee on the benches and get a count of what is existing, if we wanna replace them, cause even with how they're, drilled down there and the sidewalks, they might be set up for spacing
Whole
out.
And
patterns,
truthfully,
their
we
whole
don't have to
patterns
It's
put
gonna
them-
be off, right?
Yeah.
They're kinda sporadic as they are, and we might want a few more, we might want
Yeah.
a few less, we're gonna can try to
So
make
someone
it
would
a
have to
little-
do a layout on where we want them and.
They're all the same
8
size
footers
right
and
now,
6
though,
footers.
I
right?
believe so.
What are
yeah.
they now, 6 foot?
I think they're the 4-foot
I think
ones.
I think it
No,
might
they're,
be-
they're
No,
more than
4 foot, they're bigger than 4 foot.
They're 6 foot.
You're saying bigger, right, Carl?
Bigger, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're 6-footed.
So
Yeah, I think so.
can we do that then? Do a subcommittee and get a
If you want to.
budget and let's measure the existing ones. Let's get an idea of how many we would have to do and if we want to add to it versus
And their
or
quote.
move them.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, just get all the details.
Yeah, and then get a quote.
Yep.
And the quote's locked in for 30 days, so if by the time we come back, by the time I get a formal quote, we come back, it will still be locked in.
If these are $700 and the last one's 15 to $2,000,
That's what
why are
Jason
these
is.
so much cheaper than the last one?
They're not.
75?
I don't know, I wasn't.
I think part of it's probably the materials.
Yeah, I have no idea.
These are supposed to last longer based on what you said.
Yeah, but I mean, those you got to figure that was
I don't imagine that
25
the dividers are rotten.
years ago.
Is that
Aluminum
is that
powder
a
coated.
casted, forged cast
They're
or
aluminum
a stamped
powder coated.
aluminum? Cast aluminum or?
It says cast aluminum frames powder coated, high grade recycle plastic slats for long lasting.
Forged is a little strong.
The only thing I'd be worried about with those is like, the composite decks, they tend to get really hot in the sun.
We have trees, we can eat them.
True. But if they get super hot to the touch, it might be,
Walk around for water on it.
while they're watering the
Watering
plants.
Can you
I know.
order it in a light wood?
There's multiple, yes,
Because
Those are
maybe we could order
TNC
gray
and
ones and then they wouldn't
bunch of different
absorb
colors.
the heat as
My
bad.
first thought was, what if we just bought one, see if we even liked it?
What about? they
And we
said-
can send it back.
Okay.
It was just,
Just ask them if anybody around here has purchased them, we can go check
that
them
week
out.
before we kept.
I'm sure
first
there's a
thought.
municipality around somewhere that's bought them, they
There's
would
gotta
point
be,
us
they
to.
send
And
those
Griff's
out.
isn't from the same company?
Hmm?
Griff's isn't from the same company?
I don't know, I haven't spoken with him.
Cause that one's, I think that was right.
He got his, I mean, that's new within
Yeah.
the last year or so.
I don't think
so.
any of them make them out of wood anymore.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
know
you can look
Lennox-
at that one and see.
Hey, you'd probably be back to the 1,500 mark.
Lennox has some, but I don't know if they're these ones, could call over to,
think those are-
Village
those are
Hall.
Wouldn't hurt just to reach out and see.
Not to
Okay.
sound callous, but how long do you honor a nameplate on something?
I don't,
What's the
that's
life
where I
cycle
don't
of it?
know.
I think it's more out of just respect than
Yeah, I
anything
mean-
else. Is keep some history. I mean, you
Yeah.
would be. When
I'm
we-
okay with it, I
well,
was just curious,
when we
because
were
we're doing it
trying
on the
to-
clock, we're gonna do it on the.
Well, when we were, the reaction that we got with the clock when we even talked about moving it or doing something different with the, doing, I mean, they wanna honor the history of it and there was, the public made
Well,
us
that's where-
aware of it,
I mean,
so.
we could say something going forward, like after these ones and however many years, but those people can decide that
You can deal with that.
Right. We'll be
I
long
mean,
gone by
then I would suggest maybe not even looking for new donors, just do what you're saying, buy them, take the plaques, replace
Yeah,
them.
we have the money.
Right.
You're gonna have
That's
to
what
pay
I think
somebody
we
to
need to
router
do.
them out, mount the plaques, and that's
Now you
gonna cost
can,
some
well,
money. They would have
They do it, but it's really big.
Yeah, I don't like
I
that.
don't
Or
like that.
actually, they're like carved in.
Yeah, that's
And
too
I
much.
call
Like
it
routed
extra,
out, yeah.
But, yeah, it kind of takes away from the look.
Yeah.
Someone can make a jig and router and do it, but they're gonna have, somebody's gonna have to do it.
Does anybody want
Can we
to,
see that?
Do some bolt on
Yeah.
does anyone wanna help Megan with the subcommittee? We do take, volunteers outside of the board. See what happens when you come to the meetings? Lynn, I think this is right up your alley.
I spent a lot of time on the bench at
I'll
hockey.
volunteer for the crosswalk, so.
Make
we can
one
get to that one.
All right.
Are you the testing,
Say again?
are you the tester?
No.
See if it's working?
No, he's talking about a different crosswalk, right? You're talking about the,
Washington.
That's what I'm saying. You wanna
oh,
see
a
if
light or,
Test.
right,
Let's just paint the road.
Mid-block.
right,
Anything.
right, exactly.
Across from
Anything.
his business? Is that what you're talking about?
where people
Yeah.
dart across all the time.
Why don't we talk about them parking those cars at the corner? That's dangerous too.
What's that?
Yeah, on Washington Street.
Yes.
Are we done with benches? Then we go to cars.
That was it.
See, we're not talking about cars,
So-
actually, we're talking about.
Remember
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah. If he's talking about the crosswalk, then I'll
It
talk
just-
about that too.
I'll call for a
Putting
quote.
Putting something there.
That was,
Bailey.
was that?
Yeah, when you pull out.
It's dangerous.
I can't put on a new gear. I can't see
Yeah,
anything.
and all the plans drawn up for bump outs at the corners,
So you live
less
in
of
Just
a
jump on and test them out.
width, to cross,
Mhm.
just sort of like they do in Rochester and Raleigh and like Orion,
Do you wanna,
K-Pac.
K-Pac.
Yeah.
Did we do the bench thing?
yeah, we're done, we're all set
Okay,
with the
did you
benches.
get a committee member?
They just volunteered.
Okay, cool.
Did they- unless
Um,
you really wanted to.
that's always something we could, if somebody wants to put that on the agenda for next month, what Mr. Tar was referencing, we can always bring it back, cause that's new to a lot of people who are currently on this board. We've not seen that project, so if that's something that, maybe give a little refresher, we can put it on the agenda for next month and discuss it.
Even if
We had on the table somebody who would be willing to pay for it too.
it's stripes and a yield sign, right?
There's a lot of, there could be a little safety island in the center, there could be all kinds of stuff, a good.
It doesn't have to be digging up all the asphalt
The-
and putting
no,
brick pavers
no.
down there, which would be ideal, so that really it designates our walkable central business district, but anything that helps the pedestrian cross both in front of the chamber office, the DDA office, and down by TAR, cause not everybody walks down to the four corners.
Nobody walks down the four corners.
Right.
And they have solar powered yield signs, we got them all over campus now that they just blink and they blink all night long and
Right,
they're, cause we have that situation.
just don't get the ones that talk, that's okay. No one wants to,
Rochester, bar, bar,
right,
bar, bar.
exactly.
We can consult county.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So they would have an input on it.
Let's get a crash course next month.
I don't think anybody doesn't support it.
At least
I
they
know,
can
I
make
mean,
it, right?
it's before my time, so I don't even know a lot of the specifics.
Well, the resistance that was given before was by the law enforcement folks saying it would slow down traffic and cause rear-end accidents.
Traffic needs to be slowed down.
Well, I've been there 20-some years, and I've seen a lot of, we just had one the other day out there, a pretty big fender bender with huge amount of responders to that, and it goes on and on. It's a peach festival, it's every event, there's no place to cross, and when you're trying to bring people back and forth to go to the restaurants or do whatever, you can't do it.
Right.
So you wanna put it on the agenda?
Sure. Well, yeah, we'll put it on, February's agenda, we'll discuss it, and if you can dig up any old prints in the office, I mean, we've got documents, right? Saved probably somewhere, see if you can find something. Christine, do you have anything saved?
I gave all of my stuff, when I left the board over to,
Don't say me.
Mary.
I just
Mary-
say, don't
Mary.
say me, I don't know.
when he was chair, I took boxes over, so I don't think I have much left.
And there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to these file cabinets, I can tell you.
Right.
So, do we do research before next month?
I
Like,
mean, I can look and see if there's anything there. and I
Yeah.
can-
but I mean, do we have the chief show up, or do we have to talk to the county?
Well, we wouldn't be voting, I mean, we would just kind of,
Right.
you know, review it for the board standpoint, because I
Would we
think
have to
it's,
go
Is
to
that even prior
Macomb
to
County?
you? Were you on the one that did that? No, did that project?
Would we have to go to Macomb County, get their approval?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, instead of having Greg.
But I can absolutely have a conversation with, you know, Chief Dan, see, you know, what his thoughts are. He's all about public safety, so I don't see any, you know, resistance from that. I do have, you know, some contacts over at the County Road Commission. They may not, you know, be interested until we get further down the road, till we actually have some, you know, idea of what we want. Do we, you know, literally want a bump out? Do you just wanna paint 2 yellow stripes? Do you wanna put a pole in the middle of the road? Do you wanna, you know, actually put an island with a cement, you know, curb cut
Not
around
anything
it?
with
It's-
Right, not anything that needs more decoration.
or, and even
Right.
just to get some snapshots of other villages that have those already existing, just to get a visual on it too.
So can we combine
Road
both,
trip
where we get the
Traverse
sign,
City.
so you can't park your van at the end of that corner right there, across from Washington? When you cross Washington, right across on Washington Street. If you park a van there or a vehicle that's large, you can't see around it.
Right, yeah,
So if you're walking across it, especially if you're driving across it, you can't see.
Right.
And somebody can get hit. I'm surprised nobody has that I know of yet, but it's gonna happen eventually.
yeah,
So if we're
Anytime
gonna
that
enforce
first
the
parking
walkway
spot.
there,
right.
yeah, if we're gonna enforce the walkway, if we wanna do the walkway thing there, then we need to address that too at the same
Yeah.
time.
Get rid of that first parking spot.
You can always have it striped for no
On the
parking.
east side or the west side?
On the west side,
Okay.
It would, yeah, the
We own
west
that.
side and on the north side,
yes, right on the corner. You
right
know.
in front of Old World,
Okay.
that first parking spot.
It's kinda the same.
terrible.
It's kind of
Load
the,
and unload right
Blueberry's
there.
the same thing.
it's
Yeah,
the
they
same.
do, but it's, yeah, they do, but it's
I always
dangerous.
go
They
right
also
there.
load on the side too.
On the
So
side
it's
and in
safer
the
if they
back.
load on the side
It
than,
would be, but I'm saying.
or in the back.
When I
It's-
go there, I make a right, I'm going, this is an accident waiting
It is,
Right,
especially if
go
you're
left.
going east.
It's
A
the
lot
same
of our
thing.
people go around the block, so they have an extra
Yeah.
block so that they
there.
can, where there's no parking.
There's a couple spots like that, so.
Pedestrian ones.
Do you remember, Jim,
Yeah.
any of your literature? Cause I know at one time you were there too, talking with some ideas. I can't remember
We have
really.
a bunch of photographs of
details.
communities, they're abundant, you know, there's not many communities that don't have that sort of, you know, help to get across a
Right.
thoroughfare like that. So no, I don't have anything left to answer the question, but I'd be glad to certainly forward some screenshots of things that are, it's gonna be the county getting involved, and they're ultimately gonna have to be pushed by us to get it done, and then that's a Don Brown thing. I think we all have to lean on him and drag him out here a couple times, and, you know, he's a reasonable guy.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Alright, then under new business, moving on, we've got, the 2019 meeting dates, which are outlined in the packet here. We just need to, you know, if anybody has any objection to that, it's pretty standard what we normally do. Any sort of holiday week that comes up, we push it back a week. Did you, Lisa, you mentioned something about, Christine, did you want to talk about the meeting days?
Well, there's always a lot of confusion, and people call and say, you know, when is this meeting? And some of them are on Thursdays, and some of them are on Wednesdays, some of them are on Mondays, some of them are at 6:30 and 7:30 and 7.
Mhm.
So, it was just an idea that I threw out to Lisa, because we're having this problem with the planning commission meeting on Thursday, and then a village council board meeting the next Monday.
Okay.
It doesn't give enough time for any paperwork to get to the council members so that they can review it in their packets, so we've
Okay.
asked them to move their meetings to Mondays. So it was just another thought about switching the meetings to a Monday so that it's consistent throughout the village. That municipal meetings are on Mondays, obviously different Mondays of the month, because we're all sort of utilizing the same room, but there are other rooms available. So it's
Right.
just a thought, I, you know, had no idea if anybody had other commitments, you know, we've always sort of had them on Wednesdays.
I don't see it being an issue. But like
the
for,
first month, the first Wednesday, the first Monday of the month.
So
Planning
we're-
commission will be the second Monday of the month. Village council will be the third Monday of the month.
I guess my only question would be is
I'm not-
when we do,
I'm out.
when it does get pushed back to the second Monday, like our meeting, and they overlap for some reason, normally it wouldn't be an issue because they can meet in 2 different rooms, but the way our boards are right now, there's a lot of people doing double duty. So what would happen? Yeah, and I don't know how that would work out from the mid-TV standpoint, but even just if Lisa's got a planning commission meeting that falls the same day as well, yeah, but I'm just saying if it
Sometimes
ends up being,
we all sort of
there's
have
not a,
conflicts built in there. And so if you're asking like January and February because of President's Day and Martin Luther King Day, right? We move our meetings up a week, so every meeting would shift forward a week,
right,
kind of a thing.
okay.
And it happens just those 2 months of the year. I mean, you know, if it's a Christmas or whatever
Well,
else that would fall
usually-
on a Monday, I'm assuming we would have not a meeting that month.
Well, normally in the past, we've done like, so for instance, in July, we push it back because nobody's around for the 4th. In September, because of Labor Day, nobody wants to come to the meeting on Wednesday after Labor Day, basically. So, I mean, it's probably gonna be few and far between that it would be a conflict. I don't have a problem with it. Randy, it sounds like you have conflicts. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Most of the time, this meeting doesn't go till 9 o'clock,
No.
but, so it won't affect me that much,
Gotcha.
but in the
Mondays would
summer,
actually be better for me, I skip something every Wednesday to come to the meeting.
Anybody else? And if you have to cut out early, if we go till 9 o'clock for some reason, you have to leave
The only
early.
thing I'm worried about is Lisa
Not fun.
with the planning commission.
Well, I mean,
And I would
like,
just take over.
yeah, I mean, Megan can take over, she's the secretary, she can take minutes.
Only be if everyone wants to.
So Ted, would you have any conflict with that? With
You're
it?
saying you wanna move it from Wednesday to Monday?
Yeah, so it'd be the first Monday of every month instead of the first Wednesday, just from a consistency standpoint with the other village board meetings, everything would be on a Monday, so there's no question.
Just run with it one time, see what happens. I know there's a lot of guys that run with the Lions, but I think they meet on Mondays.
The only thing is we do have to like have the schedule set for Parks and Rec because we have to reserve the room and they just have to, so we couldn't, I don't,
Contact her, and she does have the first Mondays, and like I told her, we would have to move forward or backward depending upon holidays.
right,
She does have them available, I just have to, she sent it to me, we would just have to tweak it however it needed to be done
okay.
due to the planning commission and things like that, so she said it would be fine.
Well, somebody would have to make a motion.
So the dates, are those Monday dates or Wednesday dates?
These are
Those are
Wednesday,
Wednesdays.
these are Wednesday days, this was before.
So we need to look at a calendar.
So it would be February 4th, it would be March 4th, it would be April 1st, it would be May 6th, it would be June 3rd, it would be July 1st, it would be August 5th, September 2nd, October 7th, November 4th, December 2nd.
July and August wouldn't be those days.
I was gonna say, do we want to do July first?
Yeah, the Labor Day weekend will have to change.
We generally have a meeting on Labor Day weekend anyway, too.
no, we just move out a week, 4th of July, we move out a week. Like they did here.
So we would actually be July 8th and what would that be, September 9th?
And September 9th.
Would you wanna move the July 1st one?
Maybe.
Yeah, cause people are gone, I mean,
Really?
well, when would that
Well,
be?
the 4th of
Fourth is
July is in the
Thursday,
middle of
they're
the
more
week.
likely to be
Thursday.
gone Thursday, Friday
Right,
than they are at
we
first.
could keep it. first.
Don't
I mean,
we
if
really
all you have
need
to do is have a
these
quorum, right?
September?
Right,
What? Keep it.
July
July 1st.
1st.
I'm gone. I mean, I'm gone.
Oh, that's because it's shut down for automotive for the first 2 weeks.
But if you don't have a quorum, I mean, if everybody's
Yeah.
gone, then you just can't, you know, you
Right.
have the ability to cancel and repost a meeting,
Right.
within a, reasonable time frame. So, no one has a
I
crystal
think
ball.
we'd be safe.
I think
I think we'd be safe.
Except for the September 2nd.
September second is
That's
the,
gotta be mine.
that's the holiday, yep.
I gotta cancel my ping pong.
I gotta leave in time for hockey. Ping pong.
You don't have to,
Ping pong.
you don't have to cancel, you can just reschedule.
So you'd wanna make the September one the ninth?
Those are opposite sports, eh? Ping pong.
Is that what?
No, no,
Yeah.
they're both, have something in your hand, I've had them.
Hitting something.
Yeah, but they're totally different.
Soft shot. It's like that.
Dropping. It's not just get dropped. It's really-
Serious stuff.
We're still looking for a motion to approve those dates. I'll make that
Isn't
motion.
the
Oh, go
first
ahead.
Sunday, Monday in April 1st?
First, yeah,
Yeah. April Fool's
Would
Day.
we have that instead of the 8th?
April
I
wouldn't
said
be
April
any.
first, yep.
April 1st, okay.
Did I misspeak?
I wrote
I
down
wrote
the
one,
8th.
but okay.
When? Okay.
May 6th, June 3rd, July 1st.
When's Easter?
That's what I was gonna say too.
Easter is April fourth, no,
Four.
sorry, it's late, it's April 21st.
2nd, okay.
Swings like almost a month.
Okay, so we made changes to the 2019 meeting dates, aside from January, obviously, because that's today's meeting. It would be the first Monday of each month, aside from the months that we stipulated would be pushed back a week due to holidays,
Which is just September.
which is just September. Do I have a motion
I'll
to
have a motion to use the Monday dates
change
for
meeting
this
dates to
year's
Monday?
calendar.
I have a motion by Humphries, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Kraft, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. All right,
I think that's my first opposition ever.
so Randy was a no, just so we're clear on that. For your minutes.
Right.
Right.
On Mondays.
Okay, that covers new business. Next, we have, board member comments. Ted?
I'm good.
Megan?
I do have a couple of questions, so I'm getting ready to make, the annual appointments. And I noted on the Downtown Development Authority that there are several appointments that expire in April of 2019, which are, or Carol's actually expired last year. Bill Parker, Megan Posnanski, Ted Chaika, and Michael Kraft. I don't have any reason to not reappoint anybody, so if everybody still wants to stay, I'm happy to make those reappointments. Know that I do have 2 other people that have expressed interest and given me letters that would like a seat on the board. So if anybody was unsure whether or not they wanted to continue, or they wanted to switch to a different board, just giving a leeway before I put your name on the list to give me notice that you are no longer interested, and then I can put in, Jay Foltz or Lynn Tar.
Did he write my letter for me?
He did.
Well, I wanna stay so you can write me down now.
Okay, absolutely. So, you don't have to give me an answer right now if you feel like you're on the spot, but I just, wanted to give the latitude before I actually presented the names to council to make sure that everybody did indeed wanna stay, so.
Sounds good.
Okay, perfect. So, Bill's not here, so I'll just reach out to Bill just to
Sure.
make sure, but you indicated that he was,
He didn't say otherwise,
yeah.
so.
Okay.
Wait till he finds out it's Monday.
Right? I mean, he may, yeah, this is your out. Oh, your term's not up. You can
You
Wait
can-
till
go.
Bill finds out it's Monday.
Well, what is the problem adding 2 more on? We had extra last time.
Yeah.
Right, well, we changed the bylaws And so, yeah, so, but by our village bylaws, it says that there will be a board member, or 9, so, or 7, excuse me. So that's
I don't know if they changed it like this.
Yeah, we changed it back because then there was more quorum issues and,
There's 8 now.
yeah, there wasn't. So my other comment was just to remind everybody that St. Baldrick's is March 23rd. I don't know how the DDA wants to be involved in that event or not. I'm not chairing it this year. But Michael Fiskus, unless he found somebody else to chair it, is gonna take that back on. So mark your calendars for the 23rd and.
Did we do any, aside from volunteer stuff, did we do anything last year? Okay,
I mean, Lisa really assisted last year, just, helping
Volunteering.
coordinating and, with the food trucks and, she was really a big help, to me last year, so.
I mean, I volunteer, but I don't see that with the DDA.
well, we'll just have to note that date though, because I think we talked originally with the clock, we want that obviously in before that date. So maybe we can do like a ribbon cutting leading up to that event so that it kind of ties in with that same week. I don't know what that look is for Carol, are you?
I'm gonna be behind a desk for the next 4 months, so
True, yeah, your busy time's coming up.
I make no comments.
Alright, okay, thank you. Randy,
I already complained about Monday, so.
Mike,
Oh, I don't know.
Carol,
Good.
Carl, Lisa.
I would like to thank, Coal Frame Farms for donating the Christmas tree that was in front of, the archway this year. They brought that out the night that they put the Christmas lights up and said that they would just like to donate that to us. They provided all the lighting. They worked really hard to put it up, and I just thought it was a really nice gesture, and it was a great addition.
They do a good job. They do a good job.
They do a good job.
Have you talked to them? Was there a lot of damage this year from lights breaking or anything like that?
So Lisa sent me a message telling me that everything that was down. She didn't say that anything,
That's
that there was
great.
any issues.
I think Tim picked up that snowflake.
Yeah, we had, one of the snowflakes came down and some sort of attic, but other than that, I don't think there was anything. Matt and Lisa did say that we are gonna need to buy some light bulbs because they are getting really, really dim and vivid and dull.
They're not,
We need to think about some
yeah, they're
light-
not cheap. We've bought them before.
Yeah.
So many people absolutely loved the decorations at Rustic Bluebird and,
Yeah, that was cool.
at the water treatment, and the police department even, installed their own
Did they?
at a relatively fraction of the cost, so it really may be something that we wanna see if we can, I don't know if it's possible to partner with the businesses to get some sort of,
Help offset the cost.
discount rate if we,
Yeah.
install all the labels and what, I don't know the logistics of it, but
As long as they don't all go like this.
Did any ever see anything different besides Rochester like that for the whole community? I don't wanna be a twin for Rochester.
That's what I said, as long
Right,
as they
that's the
don't all
only-
go like
exactly.
this, I'm
You see
okay.
Rochester?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
cool.
yeah.
Rochester's
But-
bad.
Yeah, but it's their thing.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
tough
it's
to
their
get,
Right,
yeah.
no
exactly.
one wants to replicate it, but it is still an attention getter,
Yeah.
so
I mean, another
to
side of
figure
the
out
country,
how
so-
to,
Me and Lisa
Really?
brainstormed a couple different ways that would showcase the town in a special way, but we've never really gone out to get quotes or anything.
Well, and I mean, if you threw it to the shop owners and they each did kind of their own unique thing, we could see how weird that would look, but.
Well, that happened too because we did the, there were window decorating contests and things like that were kind of unique and stuff like that. So,
Christmas trees.
yeah,
mhm.
No, no.
something to think about for next year. All right.
Any comments from you?
Sorry, Mike. You're.
Oh, sorry.
No. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
Motion by Seidel, second by Chaika. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are you-